Say goodbye, but don't leave just yet. My name is Mazzy2000, and today, you/BFreakingD is asking us the question, what's the weirdest/coolest dream you ever had? And in true respectful style, if I have answers to these in future, I'll answer them right at the end. If not, I'll just say, peace out. And last time I forgot to tell people to like and subscribe, but you did anyway, so thank you very much. I did have a bit of a power trip. I was like, I have more than 20 people. I mean, having more than one is probably a feat, especially considering I hadn't put any videos yet. I just want to say a quick thank you to Dana for the encouragement and advice, and to Dog of Condor, of course, for being an awesome dad. Nothing personalized there, just thank you, Dad. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. Our first story comes from Fists of Curry, who says, I was in my car with my two friends in the front, one behind the wheel and the other on the passenger side. I said, hey, this is a dream, right? And my friend looks over his shoulder and goes, yeah, it is. I clap my hands down on my car seat and go, okay then, this car can fly. My friend says, okay, shifts the car into fly gear, and we take off. We're soaring above LA at night, just laughing our stupid butts off. Buddy, I hate to break it to you, but, your friend might be Harry Potter. I kinda wish I knew why this person is named Melted Laundry, but I did that last video, and unfortunately I can't ask. So, Melted Laundry says, on the flip side, I had a lucid nightmare this past weekend. Most lucid dreams for me are really just me trying to prove myself that I'm dreaming. In this dream, I eventually end up at my parents' house in the bathroom about to take a shower, and I convince myself I'm dreaming. Cool. So now I'm staring at myself in the mirror as the water washes over my head, and I'm noticing that it's melting or heavily distorting my face. I don't want to be in the dream anymore, so I just started yelling as loud as I could and try to wake myself up. And it woke me up, except all I could do was open my eyes. Couldn't move a muscle. Luckily that went away after a few minutes. That night I had woken up at about 4 AM and couldn't fall back asleep, so my best guess is that my brain was basically telling me, I didn't realize I was swearing, not to F with it while it's sleeping. I'm pretty sure it's not called lucid dreaming when that happens. Isn't that sleep paralysis when you wake up? Or do I not understand something? I probably don't, so I won't make a comment on that, but dreams can't hurt you, but oh boy, sleepwalking can hurt you. I mean, could you... hang on, there's a spider. Nope. Little... pardon me. Sorry, spider on my laptop, I freaked out. Had to get it. Okay, so some real talk before I go into this one. There were so many grammatical issues that I spent most of the time stuttering trying to record for 5 minutes. There's 5 minutes I could have spent making beautiful content and editing, because I put everything aside and didn't edit for a few days. But that's not what we need to know here. But what DMT1703 wants us to know is the following. I was in a room talking with blackbirds. He only says there's one. A blackbird and a hybrid human moth about politics. The bird and the pie? I'm doing it again. The bird and the hybrid have English accents, and I don't know why, but for some reason they end the political talk and ask if I was okay. I wake up before I hear the end of it, and get to talk about my feelings, my stress, and some other problems. I think that is how my mind told me I need help. Mental health is important, kids. Edit. I entered the dream again, and I asked the bird what we were talking about before about the last talks. We were talking about capitalism and communism. What are the problems with each one of them? Okay, that's a fair discussion. Not one I have every day, but it's a fair discussion. We have some talk about education in the new talk today. The bird says, I still don't understand why you, referring to DMT over there, are being taught about something you don't use. Or you don't use unless you're going to work in that type of field and you still think that is how education works. This kid's brain and the bird in his brain knows what it's talking about. OP says, okay then, how does your education system work? The hybrid, because apparently the hybrid knows too, says we have 3 education levels. Level 1 is for people aged 5 to 14. We teach basic math, science, language, and behaviour. No offense to you, OP, I know you may potentially have some issues, but you might want to talk to them about language. Because if you're a native English speaker, this is kind of where people get those memes where they talk about how, we speak English, but we can't spell it. Then again, I'm doing an all-English degree at uni, so I have no right to be offending people like this. Let's continue. Before I have people attack me. At level 2, we teach for 14 to 16-year-olds, and we've added in some basic economics, some life skills, and the science now splits to 3. Biology, chemistry, and physics. Again, very sound plan. Level 3 is the last level, where we let the one we were teaching choose to enter this level of education or not. Probably university. It sounds like it. If they choose to do it, based on what they choose, we will grant them the support they need to get the latest book on the subject they need to learn. Since they are having quite a lot of time taken to study the subject, we don't want to stress them or have health problems, so we have some support from the health department to look after them. Holy hell, this kid could solve the education system for, I don't know, every country that has terrible education issues, kids that have mental health problems. This is what we need. My god. This is beautiful. I'm not even finished, but I'm so proud of this kid. To the one who chooses not to enter, we will try to find them work and help them adapt to the environment they're working for. OP says, very sensibly, and I agree with this, sounds like a good thing that you do that. And then the hybrid again says, we would like having them ready to their life. Aren't we? And then the dream starts to end. They say goodbye to me. They said they would like to invite more people? That should be more people. But they're having some problems with the device? What? Did this kid get visited by aliens? Oh no. Was that E.T. saying, nah, you guys can't spell bon appetit, so we're gonna leave? You think 2 + 2 = window? I got caught by that once, and I hate it. This is really good. This is how you do town planning, guys. I'm just astounded that this kid had this happening in his brain. He's like, yeah. That's totally normal. I got visited by aliens and they told me how good their education is and they left. Weird flex. On to the next one. Next up we have Chima, who says, oh, now this is my time to shine. I, for some reason, can remember lots of my dreams. More than average. But I think I'll just stick with just one for now. I can't remember how to English, so go on, buddy. I was at my grandparents' house with some of my cousins, and one of them wanted to show me something. It was a fursuit. No, I'm not a furry, but I was into Five Nights at Freddy's at the time. That's probably why what my brain was thinking of. My brain's not thinking of anything except get good at English. Anyway, oh, that was a good coincidence. I like that. Anyway, my cousin said that putting on the fursuit would transform me into my spirit animal. Again, I swear I'm not a furry. I think they really wanted to clarify this because the gamers probably would have come out and been like, okay, let's bait him with a trap. This was a dream and I had no control over anything. I just remembered that it was a dream. I got freaked out for a minute. I put the fursuit on. Or the fursuit, just say the bear suit, but Don't say fursuit. That's how you make them think you're a furry. Then take it off after a while to see myself as an eagle. I hope they live in America. And if they happen to be bold, they can be a bald eagle. It was exhilarating. I was flying in the sky, not a care in the world. Then my alarm woke me up, but I didn't care. In my head, I was still high up above the trees, soaring through the sky. Guys, this dream was really long ago. Even if I was a furry then, which I'm pretty sure I wasn't, I'm not now. Okay. Yeah, definitely shouldn't have said fursuit over and over. Should have said, like, fursuit or a suit made of fur, because holy hell. I don't know why all these people would be like, oh, you must be a furry. Like, guys, no. If I dress up as Wilfred from that TV show with Elijah Wood, that doesn't mean I'm a furry. It just means I'm cosplaying as something or someone. Sorry, rant over. And just a side note, Dog of Crondor, you may get called a furry if people see that picture of you dressed as Wilfred. And my dad's gonna send me an angry message on Facebook. Oh, what have I gotten myself into? Trike has a little bit of a bittersweet story for us, but I think it's absolutely adorable. My dad's been dead for a few years, but a couple of months ago I saw him for a minute or two. I was walking down our old street at night. It was raining lightly. I got close to our house. At the edge of the street lamp's light, I saw a person sitting on the curb. He stood up as I approached. It was my dad. And he looked just like he had before he got sick. Oh no. I wasn't ready for feels, but here we go. He stepped toward me. I said, "Hey, old man," and he waved. "What are you doing, sitting out in the rain?" He opened his arms, and I said, "I just really wanted to see you." We hugged. Tight. I could feel his arms and his big chest under our rain jackets. I felt my tears start up. I felt him sob just a little. We held each other so tight, man, and it was real. I could feel the rain and the tears, his warmth and the plastic of our raincoats. I could smell him? Okay, fair enough. I could smell him. Finally, we let go and stepped back. He looked at me and said, "You look good." And that was it. The most real dream I've ever had. I consider it to be a true memory of my dad. Oh, that hits home. I mean, I don't want to spill too many beans about my life, but I've had that situation before where I'm just like, this person's gone, I'm never going to see him again, oh no, life is ending. Of course, life goes on, whether we want it to or not. I've had a few dreams about relatives and friends that have passed on. Of course, relatives a bit more because I know a lot more about them. Ooh. I'm gonna stop. I'm just gonna stop for a minute because I feel sadness coming on and I don't want to cry in my recording. Is there a doctor in the house? Yes, there is. His name is Dr. Diagram, who has this interesting story for us. I had sleep paralysis in a dream. I am pretty well researched on the subject, and I am sure that I did not experience sleep paralysis itself, but rather dreamt I had. Oh wow, okay. This is interesting. Glad I only read the first line. Anyway, in the dream, let me start with anyway. It's mocking me. It is. I had another story before and I had to cut it out. It was massive. Anyway, see what I mean? Just fits perfectly. In the dream, I was in my grandma's bed going to sleep. Okay? I got panicked for a moment. When I drifted off to sleep, I was stuck in this black void. Oh no. Is this a nightmare? No. Black voids are bad. Except the background of Reddit. That's a safe void. I couldn't see or move or feel anything. I was floating, paralyzed in a void of darkness. Oh no. Then I sensed something else was in there with me. Something extremely evil. It was circling me, sneering at me, feeding off my fear. It enjoyed it. It was whispering dark, horrible things in my ear. When I was young, I would wake up from a nightmare and I would scream my mum's name. Yelling for her, yelling for her was so comforting. I knew she would come and everything dark would go away and I would be fine. The only thing I specifically remember they say demon now. The demon was saying was this. He circled around me, leaned into my ear so I could feel his breath and whispered, "Do you wish you could scream the name of someone you love?" And he let out a terrible, sinister laugh. He was feeding on my most primal terror and it was almost getting him off. That's not the phrase I'd use, but he's enjoying it. I started to feel like if I didn't get out of this void right now, I might never leave. This demon might take me over and I'll never wake up. Oh wow. Amazingly, I was able to wrench myself free from the void and woke up back into my grandmother's bed. Only now my best friend was sitting on the foot of the bed. I said I had a horrible dream. He turned to me and said, "Did you know it's demon possession day?" And I just screamed at the top of my lungs and woke up. Holy shit. No, I'm sorry for swearing, but no, that is not cool. And understandably, Dr. Diagram says, "Scariest dream I have ever had in my life because of how starkly real it seemed, and how the demon taunted me with such deep personal fears. The scariest part, to me, is that the demon is real. It is a part of my own mind, and what part of my mind would taunt me in such a way?" And that's what I was about to say. Yeah, the demon is part of this kid's imagination. Anything you dream is a culmination of reality in your own mind. So maybe you secretly want to toughen yourself up or something, Dr. Diagram, but that's all I can say to that because whoo, that is some deep, dark stuff. That doesn't mean you're a bad person. No, it doesn't mean you're a bad person if you dream nasty stuff. Actually, it probably means you're a little too good, and you're goody two-shoes. I think I might switch accents for a second. But let's get on with the next one, which is hopefully going to be a little more cheery, because I'm not okay at the moment. This is freaking me out. Next up we have Sucks the Straws, who says, "I had a 3-part dream of a zombie apocalypse. Yes, it went on for 3 whole nights in a row, involving my friends and I being the protagonists. It was like a video game, but portrayed in real life." Veal life? Yes, they are all secretly cows. It took place at my old middle school, where the prologue was presented at the school dance. The zombies broke in mid-slow dance song and immediately started attacking dancers. We suddenly gained health bars and the dream carried on from there. It was pretty fun. I'll relive that dream again if I could. Now, I can't remember the name of the movie, but it had Michael Cera in it. There you are, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. It took me a minute. It's like that, except it was all zombies. And I just love the mental imagery of these kids, and it's like, "I've had the time of my..." It's just the Minecraft zombie noise. If anyone wants to make fan art, just draw me pretending to do zombie noises, or being a zombie and just attacking some kid dancing. Oh man, my imagination sometimes. Woo! That's probably how I come up with some of the amazing content I have. And this is the point in the video where I've decided I'm going to ask you all, nay, beg you all, to like, subscribe, have a good day. Let's get on to the next one. It's not finishing yet, but I thought I'd do it halfway through. Spare you all the extra long intro like last time. Our next dreamer is Banana Dragon 23. Thank you for having a readable username. He got into a lawnmower race with an elf, a duck, and I'm pretty sure a baby. I died about halfway because I tried to Mario Kart myself off a ramp and instead fell off a cliff. Oh no! it's been a few years, so some of the details are fuzzy, but I'm very sure about the me dying part. Holy heck. That is nice. That's just a nice little short one. You know what? He probably got blue shelled last second before the game was done. And he was like, screw this, I got blue shelled, I'm gonna take the ramp, I'm gonna cut you guys off, I'm gonna win. And it's a cliff, but it's a very, very annoying way to die. Just, I'll jump on the ramp. Oh, nope. There's no ramp, it's just death. Our next contributor is Hilarious 410. Should have been 420. That would have been even more hilarious. But we're not here to criticize, we're here to read about this dream. This is going to be a long story. The 6 images of 2 different stories I have and have deleted beg to differ, but as you were. A dream I remember was when I was taking a tour of a school with other people. It was my old middle school that I was touring with other children in my dream. The principal and vice principal in my school were showing us around, and we finally got to the gym. We all kept hearing weird noises and everyone was looking around at each other. I was wondering what was going on. The principal looked kind of nervous and he said, I'll just check and see what the noise is. He's a Scooby-Doo villain. I called it. Scooby-Doo villain. Going to see what the noise is and make even more. We all stayed in the hall and he went inside and left the gym doors open. It was pitch black inside. We couldn't see anything. None of us bothered to step in. Soon we heard screaming and banging noises. Everyone started backing away and the principal was crawling out yelling for help. Oh my god. He got dragged back in screaming. The vice principal, who was female, shouted at us all to run. We did. I ran as fast as I could. As I was running, I rounded a corner and see this pale woman. She was wearing and had a dark aura around her. Her hair was very long, dishevelled, and midnight black. She wore a gown that was greyish, torn almost to shreds, and had dark stains. Oh no. She lifted her head and looked at me. Her eyes were dark and pitch black. She began screaming and chasing after us. I turned back around and started running faster. You said you're running as fast as you can. Are you Usain Bolt, buddy? I mean, if someone's following me with voids for eyes, I'd be pretty freaked too. I could hear my heartbeat. It was beating rapidly. Everyone began running their separate ways. Soon it was only me. Her screams echoed through the building. I ran and turned multiple corners until I saw a door with an exit sign above. Okay, sensible idea. I ran through the door and made it outside. It was gorgeous outside. The sun was shining and there were plenty of beautiful flowers everywhere. I turned around and I noticed the building wasn't a school anymore. It was a yellow church with a white cross on it. I turned back around and ran up to a street that cars were going down. I decided to run down the street to an old daycare that I used to go to. I went inside and told the person that used to take care of me there what happened. She didn't look surprised. She told me to sit down. I did. Soon she went into the back room and brought out a giant book. The book looked ancient. She began flipping the pages and told me about what I saw. I can't really remember the details of what she told me. I was in shock, and that's when I woke up. The creepy thing about this story is that the middle school I went to and dreamt about was actually known for being haunted. And it better not have been a church, otherwise, CIA wants to know your location, FBI wants to know your location, because you may just be able to communicate with spirits there, hilarious. And your username, my friend, does not work with that story. Holy hell. Voids for eyes, a woman in white, grey. It was probably white before she got dirt and blood all over it. My god. You know what? I think I'm gonna end this video here because some of these stories are just so long and I said so much in between. But before I do go, I have to tell you my stories. So it was weirdest and something else. But basically, not a specific dream to me, but no, not just one, but I have a lot of dreams. Rolled into one because apparently a dream takes 3 seconds, but that could be misinformation. I don't know. But anyway, I use my dreams to create plot lines. So instead of having to be creative while I'm conscious, I let my unconscious brain sort of figure things out for me. And this was a dream I had recently. I might have given a hint earlier, or maybe that section is going to get deleted, I'm not sure. But I am basically studying at a university pretty close to the city so that I can publish in the future. 3 or 4 of the stories, actually probably 2 or 3 of the stories I have there are not based on dreams because some of mine are really wacky. So, warning, this one's going to be graphic. But basically, I'm sitting on a chair and I'm like tied up. Don't know why, but there's like a festival going on below me. I'm in like I'm on the roof of a building and I think I'm behind something. I'm like behind a statue maybe, or a figure. Of course I decide, yes, that's going to be a church in the book. And basically these 2 guys, one of them has this axe, and my brain does this thing where it goes all cinematic on me, and it's like, yeah, we're going to show you what you don't want to see. One of the guys just swings the axe and out pop all my intestines. In case that wasn't terrifying enough, when I try to scream, like, you know how in some movies something happens and someone dies and you see the birds fly off? It was like that, except they weren't birds. They looked like... They kind of reminded me a bit of those rat birds from Clay with a Chance of Meatballs. It just didn't look like birds at all, but they had wings. But anyway, from that I gathered that that it was gonna be a sci-fi fantasy world, and I've had weirder ones like what was the one I left on the actual Reddit page? That's right, another one that I'm basing a book off was Benedict Cumberbatch and me on a ship, and there's a bunch of other people and everyone's running around, the ship's sinking, and basically he says, if we don't die and if I can fix things or something, or if we make this out alive, he's gonna kiss me. And I was like, I've got a boyfriend. Like, mentally, I didn't actually just go, Benny boy, I've got a boyfriend. But basically, I ended up making a story out of that too. So, I don't know. I mean, I have weird dreams. Some are weird, weirder than others. Sorry. Yes, all my dreams are weird. Sometimes I have sad ones. Like I dreamt about my sister, who, you know what? I'll leave that story for another day, like a Q&A, depending on if everyone wants that. But my God, or I don't know how to describe it, but it was like this semicircle of plastic, and my sister hid underneath it, and when I lifted it up, there was just sand. I didn't want to pick up the sand because in my brain I was like, wait, that's her, she's the sand. What is my recommendation for today? Because I'm doing recommendations as well. You know what? Talk to someone you haven't spoken to in a while and check up on them. Go and talk to someone who you know has a mental illness. Go and just say, hey, would you like to hang out with just me? Particularly if they have anxiety, if they have depression. Do what Pastel Phantom has done for me, and she's made this amazing thing on the back of my bedroom door and just helped me get some stuff done, literally gotten my shit together, which is very kind of her. If you know someone struggling, go and help them. Go and be a bro, go and be a sis. I'm sis. Just go and be a nice human being to someone. Or if someone looks down, just say, hey, how are you going? And if they're in a bad situation, get them out of it, help them, try and make the world a better place one person at a time is what I'm saying. And that is the end of the video. So thank you very much to everybody who's liked and subscribed the first one. I am going to do my best to get everything done by Sunday instead of waiting a full week and then uploading and then and then recording the next day, because that is gonna hurt me when I go back to uni next week. So wish me luck. Go and make someone feel a bit better or a lot better, depends on what you do. Even if it's just you, don't forget about yourself. You're important, other people are important, everyone is important. Except bigots and racists. Those people are not important. So, I'm Azzy2000. Go out, make people happy, and be lovely human beings. I love you all. Mwah! And goodbye!